Hey, welcome to Draft Academy. My name is Mike. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk to you about timing in JavaScript. Now, in JavaScript, you can actually use specific timing functions, which will allow you to do certain things after certain time intervals. So, for example, I could click a button on a screen and then 3 seconds later, a message would pop up. Or I could have a certain JavaScript function run every 5 seconds in my app. Timing can be really useful, and in this tutorial, I'm just going to show you guys the basics. So over here on my HTML file, I have a pretty basic setup. I just have a button down here, and it says click me. And what I want to do is I want to be able to click this button, and then like 4 or 5 seconds later, I want to have an alert pop up on the screen. And we can use a JavaScript timing function to do that. So the first thing we want to do is attach an event handler onto this button. So basically, I want to be able to do something when someone clicks this button. So I can say onClick is equal to, and inside of these quotation marks, I can basically put whatever I want to do when the button gets clicked. So when I click that button, the code inside of these quotation marks is going to get executed. What we can do is we can call a special JavaScript timing function called SetTimeout. And this is a really cool function because what it'll do is it'll basically set a timer for us. And we can specify how long we want that timer to be. And then when the timer runs out, it'll execute a JavaScript function. So inside of this SetTimeout, I need to pass it 2 parameters. The first is going to be the name of a function that I want to execute at the end of the time interval. So I can just say any function. Let's say we'll make a function called say hi. And whenever you put a function inside of here, you just want to include the function name. You don't want to use open and closed parentheses. So just put the name, and then we're going to pass in a second parameter, and this is going to be a duration. So when we're using this timeout function, all durations are specified in milliseconds. So in here, you can put however many milliseconds you want the timer to wait. So if I put 1,000, for example, that's going to be equivalent to 1 second. If I put 3,000, that's going to be equivalent to 3 seconds. So I like 3 seconds. I think this looks good. So we have everything set up on this button, right? When I click the button, it's going to call this setTimeout function. The setTimeout function is going to wait 3 seconds, and then it's going to call this say hi function. So our next order of business is to create that say hi function. So over here, I'm just going to make that function. I'll say function, and it'll just be called say hi. And all we're going to do here is just alert something to the screen. We'll just say hi. So it's a really, the world's simplest function. But what should happen now is I should be able to click this button, and then 3 seconds later, this say hi function will get executed. So I'm going to come over here, refresh the page. I'll click the button. And 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds later, this hi message pops up. So it's just saying hi. And what we did worked, right? So we used that set timeout method. And 3 seconds later, after we click the button, we're able to see the alert message pop up. So it's working out pretty well. And that's the basics of using that set timeout function. You can use that set timeout function. You can specify a time, and then after that time is complete, you'll execute a function. There's a lot of different ways that this can be useful. I want to show you a couple other functions that we can use. And in addition to set timeout, there's also another one called set interval. So it's very similar to set timeout. It's just called set interval. And we can use set interval, and this function, this say hi function, will get executed at an interval. So every 3 seconds, this say hi function will get executed. So actually, I'm going to change this to 2 seconds just so we don't have to wait as long. So now what should happen is when I click the button, that alert will start showing up every 2 seconds. So I'm going to click this button. I'll wait 2 seconds. We get the alert. And now 2 seconds after that, we're going to get another alert. And so this is just going to keep happening infinitely no matter what I do. And that's kind of the basics of using that interval. So you can basically execute a function at specific intervals. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to Draft Academy to be the first to know when we release new content. Also, we're always looking to improve, so if you have any constructive criticism or questions or anything, leave a comment below. Finally, if you're enjoying Draft Academy and you want to help us grow, head over to draftacademy.com/contribute and invest in our future.